Now, one of the major issues Nigeria has been faced with is the porosity of its borders. Around most of the officially designated land borders, there are several unmanned illegal routes through which unwanted persons and contraband goods enter the country. Now, over time, insurgents have also taken several routes in and out of the country without being checked. And joining me to discuss the issues surrounding Nigeria's borders and its porous nature is the former Deputy Comptroller, Anti-Human Trafficking and Child Labor Unit of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Folusho Akintola. Good to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
So in August 2019, the federal government shut land borders because of smuggling and security challenges in the country. And in 2020 December, Nigerian government also reopened these borders. Now, can we say that the reason for which or the objectives for which we shut down these borders have been achieved?
To a high extent, I would say no, because they opened only 4 borders, mind you. All the other borders were closed because of smuggling. That was the major reason then. Nobody was talking about the security issues on those irregular influx of people. And some things we really don't understand as Nigerians is that in every single kilometer of our border areas, every single kilometers, you will have at least 4 or 5 illegal routes. But the government will tell you we have 1,497 illegal routes to Nigeria. These are routes that has been discovered so far. But multiples of that are yet to be discovered. And this is where these things come in through. When they close the borders, we're still not seeing foreign rice.
So what does it take then to discover this route? Because you worked with the Nigerian Immigration Service. In your experience, where are these routes located and what does it take to discover them?
It takes a little bit of a lot. Now, you will discover that there was a time when Immigration Service was having at least 4 surveillance jets. But today, how many of them are working? It is not easy to discover these irregular routes for reasons. If you look at all the border communities in Nigeria, not a single one is developed. When a community does not feel the presence of the government, either federal, state, or local government, that community can never have a sense of belonging. And so, there is little or no patriotism on their side. And another thing is, don't forget that every border community is engaged in, what do we call it? What should I call it? I don't want to use a bad language. Illegal or contraband trade business. To them, this forms their legitimate job that feeds them. So if you discover a route here today and you block it, believe you me, before you wake up tomorrow morning, they will have created another one. They have to eat. They have no electricity, no pipe-borne water, no good road to the place, no hospital, nothing. They don't feel the presence of the government. People forget the sociological aspect of the border community life. And that is one of the major reasons we have.
So there's also the economic aspect of it, implication for the country, and there's also the security implication for the country.
Yes.
So what do we do now in terms of policing our borders? Because we continue to have illegal migrants in the country coming through these borders. And if we're dealing with insurgency, we have to police our borders. So what do we do now?
I believe what Nigeria should do now, at least to stem the tide of all these problems we're having. You discover that most of these security issues in Nigeria today came in through the borders. That is it. The first thing I expect Nigeria to do is develop these border communities, give them a sense of belonging. They will be your source of information. They are the ones who will tell you they've created another route out there. That is one. Two, why don't we, as a country, have a policy of engaging our neighboring country in border management? If Nigeria and Benin Republic are working on the same policy on how to stop irregular immigrants and contraband goods, it will work. But you can't do it alone. While you are doing it here, they are sabotaging you over there. That is one. The other thing one we have suggested, which our members of House had once suggested, and which they didn't do up to now, is deploying high technology to man our borders.
All right. We hope that something is done, especially because of the security implications. Former Deputy Comptroller, Anti-Human Trafficking and Child Labor Unit of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Folusho Akintola, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you for having me.